Good morning, good morning, good morning, Nesties. Hello, it's been a while. Excuse me, I have a frog. Okay, just wanted to step out this morning to see how things were going. Uh, it's really, I think it's about a little after 7. The sun is just starting to peek over the houses and the apartment buildings, and eventually it'll be shining, and you won't be able to sit in this spot right here because you'll be burnt down to a pillar of salt. But I just want to go over some new things that's been going on in the garden. The mosquitoes are fierce, and show you what's all the new things that have been added, things that have been restarted. My fumbles. I haven't quite yet gotten any fruit. I got one cherry tomato and I ate it. So I've probably started over about 4 times. And I think this time I finally got it. So even though it's June, I still see people are saying that it's not too late to plant. So I've tried some new things. I hope that it's successful. I hope you come along with me for this journey. And I'll show you all the new things that's going on in my little nest over here. Hold tight. some of my friends I don't uncover. Like my lettuces, I checked them all out yesterday and they're all good. I keep my cabbage, well my new zucchini and squash covered, because the ones that I had over here, I had to relocate them because had become so obsessed with um, picking the worms off of them, and I had to spray them to death, so I had to put them out of sight so that I can leave them alone. So I put them back over there. But over here, that's covered. These are my mustard greens that, I don't know, I thought mustard greens grow in the summertime. Not through research, but because they were always available. And here we go here. These little spiders here. I don't know if they're friend or foe, but if they're gonna be like in my walkway, they can't stay. Now they can go on the outer skirts or whatever. But anyhow, these are my onions. They grew like massive crazy. I've trampled over so many marigolds, but I think this is I'm gonna uncover it and then I'll tell you what it is later. But listening to everybody, they have me just like on 9 about the squash, vine, bull, bug, beetle, whoever it is. So my mama said, cover them up, cover them up. I'm like, I don't want a garden full of covered stuff, but looks like that's just what's gonna have to happen. Then that doggone erratic moth. That's where the little caterpillars are coming from. That flipping moth. And these things are jumping like crazy. They are growing. The sprinkler system came on last night, so everything was down water. See? That's why I got nothing over my head. We went to a food festival yesterday. It was pretty cool. Food festival. All right, now that everything uncovered, now I'll take you on a little tour with me. Let's start with the compost bin, which is clean across the yard, and it's doing well. I stir it every 2 days or so. It has all kind of stuff in it that I don't care to discuss, but it's coming along just fine. And my bonus plant here. So in this bucket here is my ant bucket. I had a lot of my strawberries in here. Every one of them died. But the onions are doing well, and then plus I put more onions over here, and that's where I'm going to leave them. The aloe is doing fine. Mama wondered why I got it in a bucket. I said, it has to stay in the bucket because it grows like crazy. Oh, my tomato bush that I planted down there with my citronella. My tomato bush is right there. It's doing great, and a little piece of basil is doing great down there. My peace lily, my baby who's been with me all my days. She's 20 years old. She's hanging in there. And these are new to the nest. Roses. How about that, guys? They were on sale at Home Depot. First, some of them were $16, and then they were down. They were marked down to $16, and then they were marked down to $8. So they did have buds on them. I cut all the buds off. I cleaned them all up. Now I just got to find a place for them to live. They can't stay here. But there's 6 of them. There's 3 over here. I bought the first 3, and then I bought another 3. And 5 of them are yellow, and 1 is a multicolor one. My biggest mango finally fell yesterday. He is a whopper. And these are the ones that the squirrels throw down, and I would just pick them up. My husband and I sat out here yesterday. We ate about 5 mangoes just on the porch. It was lovely. My turtle fell and his head fell off. Oh, now this is the devastation. So this right here, nothing came up in this little egg crate. Nothing germinated. So I started all over again with cucumbers in here. And I think it was carrots. Nothing came up. Then this little section here, nothing germinated. So I started all over again. And I put okra. It says summer squash, but that never came up. I don't know what else. Some broccoli, squash, more cauliflower, trying to get it to come up again, and a black beauty zucchini. So all that's new in there. This is my sugar baby watermelon. Look at the little baby. It's showing out. But there is some new life in here. Look at this, guys. Yes. So even my little piece of corn is coming up. I don't know if it's gonna. First there was stuff in here I put on there unknown, and I put corn in there to see if it would come up. The sun is ready to do its thing. So over here I have radishes and sweet peppers. This whole row is radish and sweet peppers. This whole row is cherry key, purple tomatoes, and purple basil. Right here, all this okra is always showing out for me. So this is, in this little area here is okra, sage, and asparagus. Of course, the okra came up. And here are bell peppers and radish. And I think all the radish have come up, or the bell pepper. I don't know, but I'm excited to whatever is coming up. I did put my companion plants together, which is going to be a radish with just about everybody. And then I'll buy basil because I only have that one basil that's really germinated for me. And then back over here, back there in the back, finally got my, right here, my Brussels sprouts to come up. That's a cantaloupe. I'm not sure. First I thought this was the cantaloupe. I don't know what that is. I have on there, the stuff came off. And then I have back here cantaloupe. And then back in the back here, all this is cauliflower. That's finally coming up. And that's another unknown right here. I don't know what that is. Probably some type of tomato. And then there's nothing that came up there. And this top row, this is the newest stuff, because the last stuff that were in these egg crates, they didn't germinate. All this stuff did. Even actually, I said I didn't like these little crates because they were just icky to me. Okay, down here on third row in rehab, we have hillbilly tomatoes that's germinated from 6-2. My watermelon that's still going strong from May 15th. I think this is a beet, because I have beet from 515. Nothing came up. And then I plant Roma tomato. So this is a Roma tomato. I don't know what that is. And there's somebody coming up over here, probably a radish. Another Roma tomato right here. Back here in the back. So this whole row here are all Romas. Let's go to the next row. Back here are black Krim tomatoes from 522 and a piece of onion. I don't know if that's onion or garlic. Probably onion. That was just a late thing that just kind of popped up. I think this is a tomato. I don't know. There's a question mark. Kelly beef tomatoes right here. And these are Aunt Ruby's German green tomatoes. And they're having a very slow takeoff. And matter of fact, I don't think the tomato has taken off at all. I think these are radishes and the tomato never germinated. So I'll put another one in there. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is okra or collard greens. But if it's okra, it should be as big as these because it was planted before. Oh, that's probably why. One thing I've learned in this journey, I wasn't packing this soil down. Stuff was so loose. And someone finally said, you got to make sure the soil is packed so that stuff can catch root. I didn't have none of this. I just fluffed it in there and kept it going. These are more tomatoes that are growing. What kind, I don't know. Those are some collards, I assume. And then I planted some Mark Twain tomatoes in there. Hopefully they'll germinate. I don't know what's back there. We'll find out. This tomato is doing well. I don't know what kind of tomato. This is a black Krim tomato right here from May. It's amazing that that one that's over there with the citronella that I put back there just randomly way back in May, and it's doing better than every tomato that I have. And this is asparagus, and those are just some collard greens that were hanging out. Let's come along here. I went around trimming stuff, and so I trimmed a piece of tomato off, blackberry, sweet tomato, and regular potato, sweet potato and regular potatoes. I don't know what it's gonna do. I trimmed them down because they were growing too wild. Put them in some water, and we'll see what happens. And this is my new friend. Isn't she lovely, guys? I finally got a little tower. The 7 little tier. The strawberries that are already established are from Home Depot. I bought a tray of them. A couple of them had 2 strawberries in them. You'll see some that are leaning over because those were the 2. Is that a dog? What are you? Can't stand all these bugs. Guess I gotta live with her. So the ones that are leaning over had 2 plants, so I separated them. And then they had these runners, and they say you just put them in the ground, and look what happens. And these new ones I purchased from Etsy. I bought 10 of them, and 15 of them came. Here's another runner. I put that in there also. And those are doing phenomenal. So this whole thing is filled. I put a basil up at the top. I just love the way it smells. And I bought a whole bunch of more basil, and they're going all the way around. I don't know what's going on here. First, I had planted them. So this is the disaster that's been going on with me and the strawberries. I was planting them too deep. So as I was planting them too deep, they weren't fully establishing. So I had to go around it and dig a little tunnel around them to get them back on track. But I don't know what's going on. And that kind of looks like two that must have been 3 of them in that one. And these little trays hold a lot of water. So I've learned, throw my basil down there because it's not in the ground yet, and it soaks up all the water at the bottom. So, oh, that smells so good. And that is that for my strawberry tower. I finally got one. I'm loving it. I've moved it over here. I will move it from over here probably in about 2 hours, because that sun is gonna peak over here and it's gonna hit here and it's gonna burn us up for about 5 hours if you're sitting right here. Okay, so purchase babies and purchase established, and I put 2 of those one over here, and then I put the runner over here and it's doing just fine. And then I also put 2 of my asparagus, same thing over here. Let's go back over here and then we'll get out in the actual garden. There's another one, and I don't know if that is, oh, it's still hanging in there. That's my little, my little Lowe's plant I found on the ground, and then my Koya that broke off. This is my daughter's miniature lily my mama bought her. It's a house plant. She's supposed to take it with her off to college. It died. There was only these big leaves on here. Every leaf fell off. I said, Kay, bring it out here and let me see what I can do. And it only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably about 10 big leaves, and all the rest of them fell off. So all this new greenage is all new stuff over the past week, 2 weeks. So we're so excited. I'm like, Kayla, your lily's making a comeback. And this is Luke. That's my husband's Jasmine. So my daughter has a little Jasmine. We're going to call her Janice. And this is my husband's Jasmine, and we're going to call him Luke. And this is Mama Tomato. It's still hanging in there. It's being babied. It stays on the porch, and it's covered. We're going to make sure that that grows. So I have my peppers here. I keep cutting out the peppers, but they keep coming back. I'm going to let them go. More peppers, dill. The thyme seems to be doing much better back in this corner up under this strawberry plant. Something's eating at my, I don't know what those, zinnias. I don't care. That's my lavender. Here's some more of my babies I keep covered up because I need them to grow. And these are pickled cucumbers, and they're gonna, oh, I didn't show you guys. This is new family gadget. This huge trellis right here. This is new to the nest. So I got a couple new things. Strawberry tower, the trellis, the roses. Who else is new to the nest? Oh, I'll get over here. Those 2 buddies are new to the nest. And that's corn. What's all out there? Corn, radish, something else is out there. I can't remember. And who else is there? So Mama says grow, plant what you can grow. And I seem to be doing well with eggplant. That's some new funky eggplant. It was pretty. It's called an ivory eggplant. Now what it looks like, I don't know. I don't know if it's white. I don't know what it is. Purple. But it's pretty and it's always blooming. So it's a beautiful plant. My azaleas. There's another eggplant. I think that's a black beauty. Yeah, that's a black beauty. My parsley. My garlic. My only 3 strawberries that survived from the first round. And like I said, I was covering up all this stuff. As soon as I came and uncovered this, these stood straight up. Those are some more cowpeas that I planted so that it can run up this trellis. These are cowpeas that are doing phenomenal, and those are green beans. I'm going to plant some more. All of my lettuces are doing great. I plant more lettuce out there. I really keep these babies covered because I don't want them to get into any trouble. And I want this trellis to cover them to keep them cool, because I know lettuce needs to be kept cool. And then back over here, those are a little piece of kale, cucumber, zucchini, and squash. Now, this little fella here is having a problem, but he does have a new leaf coming on him. But they're doing well. They're pretty and green too. And they'll only be uncovered for a little while. I'm covering them back up because watching everybody got me paranoid. My mustard greens ain't doing nothing. I'll see. My onion, mama say grow what you can grow. I grow onion like crazy. I had a tomato over here with this basil. It didn't do well, it died. But my zinnias, those are from seed, they're growing well. This is my corn that I started. My marigolds. And then I bought those. See? The squirrel, he done ate my mango and threw it on the ground. Well, they're not really throwing them on the ground. They're too heavy for them, and they can't take them up the tree. So as they're trying to drag them, they drop them. And see, and that's a big mango. His old nasty dog, he done got hold too. I'm gonna get my damn slingshot. And they ruin probably about 6 mangoes a day. And somebody said they can't eat all of them. If they're doing 6 a day, they're gonna kill them or eat up all my mangoes. Oh, anyhow, here's a sunflower. And then I have some Brussels sprouts up under there, keeping them covered up. My collard greens, I keep those covered up. Don't uncover them because this tree is always dropping stuff. But I do have my little collards, and they're growing and they're doing good. That's over there. Oh no, that's the mustards over here. I moved them over here by the collards. And this is my lemongrass. It's making a comeback. So these are my mustards. Those are my cabbage that aren't doing nothing. I moved my blackberries over here because one of them was looking kind of goofy. So I said, let me put you over here so I can tend to you, because they're babies and I need to repot them, but I don't want to repot them yet. I need to do a little bit more research before I take them out this pot, because I've already killed one raspberry and I don't want to kill no more blueberries. And I'm moving this around. I really hope I have this facing the right way. I cut all this mess back the other day because it was low. It was just a mess. So this is my cherry tree, and I usually have it fell. I usually have a lot of cherries. This is we call these bittersweets, these little tart oranges. So it's blooming and it has lots of fruit on them. I get out here and eat them. I cut my cherry tree back like crazy because I'm usually full of cherries, but it was too big. My mama grew this pear tree. I can't show you guys. I think it's a pear tree. It's huge. And then this was a kumquat tree. I cut the grass off and it came back some bitter lemon now. I just cut this back because it was, I don't know, 10 foot tall. I'm like, I don't think so. And I just let it do whatever it do. I don't really take care of it, but I think I'm going to take more care of this one and the one in the back and see what happens. But this little guy here, this has to be every bit of 20 feet. And of course, you know who Bruce is, my moringa. And once those blooms get so heavy, it seems like the limbs break. And one broke right here. I'm gonna have to go over to my neighbor's yard and push it back over in our yard and get the boys to cut it up, put it in the garbage. Okay. My smorgasbord of greens are doing great. Squash survived my nonsense. Potatoes are doing well. Blackberry doing fine. My Koyas, love them. Another eggplant. This is my first eggplant to the nest. It's doing well. Whatever is eating that, I don't care, because it's eating that and it's leaving my eggplant alone. There's some radishes down there. The tomato bush, I've chopped it in half because it was looking a mess, but when I replanted it, I just chopped it in half and threw it in the ground. It's doing fine. And actually this one looks much better. No balloons. Basil looks great. Another eggplant to the farm. I think this is the long eggplant. No, that's another Black Beauty. And look at my sunflower is doing phenomenal. Another eggplant, and that's one of them long eggplants. So this is the can't pronounce it, the Japanese eggplant. This zinnia about died, but it's making a comeback. Sweet potato. This little tomato gives me those little thingies. I finally took this one out. It's been covered up. This is new to the nest. And I was so afraid to take it out of the bag, but I finally did, and it seems to be holding its own. The leaves are still green because all my leaves turned gross. Another pepper, basil. Here's my cinder block garden, and it has marigold, tomato. There's a cherry tomato, a little what is that? Okra, basil, more okra. I want a lot of okra. And my little creme, I grew him from seed. It's still hanging in there. Rosemary. Oh. Two eggplants. And this is my new this is my new experiment. I'll see what happens. And I move this out here. That's my watermelon. It's doing phenomenal. It's the first one I planted. Started with two, ended up with one. That's a sugar baby. Oh, more watermelon. Sunflower. Did somebody eat the top of you? Who got in here? Oh no, nobody got in here. Yeah, somebody did, old bastard. So, a sugar baby, and I think that's a sugar baby over there. And this is the yellow tomato watermelon. And that's a sunflower. Now this is what I had to do. I moved this tomato bush over here because it just was struggling out there. I'm going to see what it does. But it seems to be holding its own. The white dust that you guys are seeing, that is my what is that stuff called? Diatomaceous earth. I had to move my 2 cucumbers, 3 cucumbers, and my squash over here because it was driving me crazy out there. And my grapes are doing well. So I put them over here and they seem to be doing fine. I come up here and I look up under them. Somebody was using tape the other day to take off the squash beetle eggs. I used the tape to remove little caterpillars. Works perfectly. Put them on there, they stick to it and smush. And my squash seems to be doing fine. I keep getting a couple blooms, but nothing's shaking over here. Look, I see an invader. Look at him. Say goodbye, because the last time you'll see him. And that is, I pampered that pumpkin. and killed it. I did throw some stuff back here in the corner. I'm gonna see what's gonna grow, but I think I do see somebody peeking through. Look at there. I think I planted him. Because the rest of the stuff is just weeds. Yeah. And it's pumpkins that I threw over here, and I think a sunflower. I'll see what happens. But yeah, my pumpkin that I was growing in there broke it, trying to pamper it. So I think, I don't know what I put in there this time. Probably cantaloupe. So everybody's doing fine. I'll come and check the leaves and go from there. This snail is determined to chew up my plants, but he won't. I think that's it, guys. That's my nest, and it's growing. I can't wait till that's covered. It's gonna be beautiful. And I'll still put more stuff out here. I got more stuff coming. I'm gonna get this all spruced up over here. I have plans, driving my husband crazy with this garden. Yeah. And here are actually strawberry seeds. Now I don't know what this is coming up, weed or seed, but I'm gonna leave it alone to see. But I thought they took like 3 months to germinate or something. And that is it for the nest, guys. I thank you guys for coming into my home. Oh, my pumpkin that I broke off. Where is it? Here it is. I actually put it in some water and it grew me another leaf. So if it does well, and look at that, and a root, I'll put it back over there. It'll go back out there. This is rehab up here. And that's it for my nest, guys. I am gonna have me a seat over in my favorite spot in front of my fan, have me some water and a mango and an apple. I think I got a pear in there, and I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my day. I thank you guys for coming to my home. I thank you for inviting me into your home. Please, please, please tell someone hello. And thank you.